Isabelle Daza grew up surrounded by creativity, confidence, and strong women. As the daughter of a respected actress and a personality in her own right, Isabelle learned early how to stand tall under public attention. She built her career with grace, balancing acting, hosting, entrepreneurship, and motherhood with a clear sense of self. Through the years, she became known not just for her beauty, but for her independence, honesty, and modern outlook on love and life. But while her professional life thrived in the spotlight, Isabelle's heart quietly searched for something different, something steady, grounded, and real. That was when Adrien Semblat entered her life. Adrien was not from the world of showbiz. He lived outside the noise, away from flashing cameras and public expectations. Calm, thoughtful, and intentional, Adrien brought a sense of balance that Isabelle had never known before. Where her world was fast-paced, his was steady. Where hers was public, his was private. And in that contrast, something beautiful began to grow. Their relationship didn't unfold loudly. There were no dramatic announcements or constant headlines. Instead, their love developed naturally, through shared conversations, mutual respect, and an understanding that real connection doesn't need to be performed. Adrien admired Isabelle not just for who she was on screen, but for who she was when the cameras were off. And Isabelle found comfort in someone who loved her for her whole self. Travel became one of the strongest threads in their story. Together, they explored places far from home, walking unfamiliar streets, discovering new cultures, and finding joy in simple moments. For them, travel wasn't about luxury or aesthetics. It was about presence, about choosing each other every day wherever they were in the world. As their bond deepened, it became clear that this was more than a chapter. It was a lifelong journey. Adrien knew Isabelle was the woman he wanted to build a future with, and when he decided to propose, he stayed true to who they were as a couple. There was no grand spectacle, no public stage. Instead, he chose a quiet, meaningful moment overseas, one that reflected their shared love for intimacy and intention. When Isabelle said yes, it wasn't just to a proposal. It was to a partnership rooted in equality, trust, and shared values. Their engagement resonated with many people, not because it was extravagant, but because it was genuine. Fans saw themselves in their story, a reminder that love doesn't have to be loud to be powerful, and that sometimes the most beautiful stories are the ones told softly. Today, Isabelle Daza and Adrien Semblat represent a modern love story. One built on choice rather than pressure, on partnership rather than performance, on a shared journey rather than a destination. Their story reminds us that love doesn't need the spotlight to shine. It only needs two people willing to walk forward together, hand in hand, wherever life takes them.